Who's here on Oscar Martinez?
San Antonio police blocked off the area where bullets flew around 2:30 yesterday afternoon. They were trying to sort out victims from suspects here near Blanco and West Mariposa. What they knew right away was that 3 people had been shot, 2 of them dead. One has been identified as 14-year-old Christopher James Mejia.
State of Texas versus Joshua Adam Mejia.
Police say someone with a gun had walked up to an SUV at a nearby gas station, then got into a shootout with someone in that vehicle. Police say Mejia, the 14-year-old who also was killed, was with that group. A 17-year-old with them was shot and wounded. Police say everyone who was in the SUV will face capital murder charges. That includes 21-year-old Oscar Martinez III.
Who's here on Oscar Martinez?
The 17-year-old who was shot and 2 other juveniles. They're still looking for one other person.
All right. What is happening with this case?
Judge, we've been negotiating with the district attorney's office. We have rejected their offer. We want to set this for a jury trial for the murder charge.
All right. And do you have all discovery?
Yes, I believe we have all discovery, Your Honor.
All right. Have you all conferred? Because I know the state has some murder cases going in this
The
court.
pending murder in this court? What?
Yeah, shocking, right?
Let's go.
All right. So have you all conferred on what dates you all would like and how long will this trial last?
This one, without board ire, judge, and it depends on whether judge or jury for punishment if we get there. I would say about 3 or 4 days.
All right. So Ms. Ferguson, jury trial date, 3 or 4 days. And I've seen you both in trial, so I know no questions will be asked that should not be asked.
Give me a chance, Judge.
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 4932A, State of Texas versus Joshua Adam Mejia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Carahan, Your Honor.
Defense? And are you Mr. Mejia?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we're proceeding on count 1 alone. I'm waiving the remainder of counts.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
Thank you. I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of murder in count 1? The range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. For any reason, the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
We've discussed it, Judge, and he's been able to go over the facts of the case and assist me in those defenses.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense? Mr. Mejia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 1. Punishment is to be assessed at 20 years in the prison. There's a $2,500 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications, and they're taking in consideration 718417. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, Judge.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
All right. Counsel, with regards to the discovery in this case, The state has stated off the record that they believe they've turned over all discovery to you. Is that correct, state?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, but counsel, because the discovery document, the acknowledgement is so long, you just want to make sure that everything that is in there that you have, is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and with that being said, do you still wish the court to continue with this plea?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Mejia, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Mr. Mejia, we're going to reschedule sentencing to make sure that the acknowledgement of discovery, your counsel has all of that. Although she believes she has all of it, I'm giving her a chance to double check, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll come back on sentencing on a different date. Which date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, is January 26th?
Fine with it.
Okay.
That's good with me, Judge.
All right, so we'll be back on January 26th, and at that time, the court will hear any evidence that anyone else wants to present, and I'll make a decision on whether or not I'll accept the plea. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
A plea was taken on this case on January 19th, count 1. The defendant entered a plea of no contest. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court found you guilty. And today we're here for sentencing. Court will follow your agreement. The court will sentence you to 20 years in the prison, credit for any time served, affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. There's to be a $2,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 718417. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing? State? Defense?
Nothing.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
18.
All right, you're 18. 20 years seems a lot of time for anybody, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So while you are at the prison, you need to make a decision on how you want your life to be. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Do you have any remorse for the innocent man that y'all killed? The 60-year-old man who's dead because of... Do you have any remorse for the innocent man that y'all killed? The 60-year-old man who's dead because of what y'all were doing. Anything you'd like to say to him or his family?
I'd like to speak to my attorney.
What were you guys doing that led to that?
Can you bug me up, sir? Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to say to your family?
¿Qué le quieres decir
Dad.
a la familia del hombre
I
que
don't speak
murió?
Spanish, I'm sorry.
On a bad day, either way, she's here to stay. Call up, only,